But Neha likes to throw her weight around.
When you seek help, it always helps you. Sometimes you just need an outsider's perspective, which is not your mom or your mother-in-law or your sister or sister-in-law.
We have a difference of opinion and we voice it.
And I feel that equal parenting is not a conversation that we have in our house because it's just understood.
Hi Neha, hi Angad. Welcome to the Quint, and thank you so much for making the time. You know, again, I watched the trailer and it looks really interesting. It looks fun and really light-hearted. When you guys are working together, a real-life couple translates into an Audible format. Do you find it challenging or is it easier?
It is comfortable for sure, because you know each other's energies, you know how much you can venture into each other's space. But also sometimes it's a double-edged sword. It can also be a deterrent. So that's where a good director comes into play. And
I mean, I would have a kind of similar reply to the same question, but I think that, you know, there's a huge amount of comfort between him and me because we're also husband and wife, and then we're going on to doing this series, you know, with and for Audible, and we play husband and wife there. So I feel like the comfort could sometimes be a very big plus. In fact, 90% of the time, but sometimes it's also a minus. But that 10% doesn't count because, you know, it kind of, the other 90 takes care of it.
But is it difficult to kind of toe the line between also being a professional on set and also sharing like a personal relationship?
It's easier. Like, I just feel like sometimes when I get a call in between shots and I need to address something, at least I'm not calling him. At least he's there and we address the issue, or then sharing meals, or like, you know, I can just go into his trailer anytime to like do lines and I don't have to seek permission. And I mean, we carpool our way to work, which is also great for the environment. So, you know, multiple reasons why it's great.
But Neha likes to throw her weight around. So in that
And I have lots to throw, so it's fine.
So then what happens is that sometimes I have to remind her that, listen, be on a film set or a professional environment. Right. Because it gets a bit casual at times.
I'm just glad this counseling session is going on well.
My next question is exactly about that, about therapy, because we see in the trailer that you guys are sitting on a couch in front of a therapist talking about the issues that a couple is facing. You know, talking about the kind of mental awareness that we know today. How important do you think it is for a couple to kind of seek that therapy than calling it quits? Because I think, in my opinion, today the tolerance level is very low.
I have to say that, you know, we're not there yet. But
people are never there.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying that as I've seen friends of mine, and I've seen that, you know, when you seek help, it always helps you. Sometimes you just need an outsider's perspective, which is not your mom or your mother-in-law or your sister or sister-in-law or somebody, because, you know, it's always going to be a clouded version of what they think is right or wrong. Because somebody's thinking for their brother, somebody's thinking for their sister, somebody's thinking for, you know, their child, or somebody's just like, and sometimes catch the bull by its horns, that if it's not working out at all, then you rather be, you know, unhappy on your own than be in an unhappy marriage and make everybody else unhappy. So I'm just saying it's very easy, and I'm putting these things out in a very like clinical way, but there is nothing wrong with reaching out or seeking help, whether it's in a marriage, whether it's at a personal level, whether it's professionally, but it's okay.
How do you view this medium of audio versus video as an actor?
It is very challenging.
Yeah.
It is very different. It's my first voice work. And I feel that it is, you have to create a world, you have to be in it for a longer time, you have to be very, very present to have that understanding as to where your maker wants you to land. There is no visual to it. So, you know, when you have to create that world, you have to be in it and you have to justify it completely. Like here we have Mumbai, we have Maldives, we have Dubai. We have 3 cities in the whole story. And then you have to make the audience believe that they are either in one of those cities. Just to understand that took some time.
Okay, so the two of you have been now married for 5 years. I had to ask you, what's the one thing you would like to tell other people when it comes to equal partnership and parenting as a couple?
What happens is, social media is one place where people tend to put out everything that is really rosy and great and, you know, look at us. In a marriage, it is different.
Of course.
And whether you're in a relationship, also it is different. There are ups, there are great days, and there are bad days, and then there are happy times, and there are sad times. And we live that through. You know, like I just feel that we don't have a facade towards, like we argue in an interview also. So, you know, we have a difference of opinion and we voice it, and that's how we are. So, I guess that keeps us going a lot. And as far as even parenting is concerned, I genuinely enjoy time with my kids. So, you know, like she's the voice of equal parenting, and I hear a lot of her interviews. But beyond all of that, like, I genuinely enjoy hanging out with my children because they are so much of fun. They are great company, and I am their friend. Like, I want to make those mistakes they are making. Whether my daughter's sitting while I'm driving next to me and she says, "Papa, play this song. Have you heard this song? This is the new song." And you got to hear that. So for me, this is interesting. Like for me, if somebody tells me go and hang out with your friends and go have a meal or go, binge drinking with them, and if somebody tells me, why don't you take Gurek and Meher solo to a restaurant, I would do that. Because it's so much of joy with them.
Why? Is the table for 4 taken? What do you mean solo?
No, means
it was great till everything, but why? Why table for 3?
Because that's my time with them.
Parenting by itself defines itself. Like, it's not that mother, father. And I feel that equal parenting is not a conversation that we have in our house because it's just understood. Our kids teach us. I didn't know how to change a diaper. He didn't know how to change a diaper. I didn't know anything about feeding. They teach us every day. I was sitting one day and I was just like, can I do this? Can I not do this? And suddenly I saw him. He climbed this, made like an obstacle thing. He's 16 months and climbed something to finally get that little truck that was lying on top of a table. And I'm like, look at it, this boy's willpower, and every day they teach us. So they're the ones who make us parents. They're the ones who are going to teach us how to be parents. And this is not a conversation that he and I have. And it's just that, yes, the only thing we do is share our calendars. That, are you there this time and am I there? And it's great when both of us are there for something. If we're not, at least one of us. We never leave them alone.
Talking about kids, I think you're someone who've done a beautiful job of ensuring that they are away from the media glare. Right? Today, there's a camera at every corner, everywhere you go. So how important do you think it is when you come from a family like this, the kids are away from the public gaze?
I mean, we try as much. There are times that, they do get spotted and we try as much, and it's a conscious decision. I feel like it's to each his own. And there are times that, there are parents who are comfortable with it. There are parents who are not comfortable with it. And what I love and respect about the media is also that, once they're aware that, you're not comfortable showing your kid, they make sure that, they also choose their angles right. So that's okay. I just consciously don't want to put them out there that much because I just feel that let them take the lead and define themselves as to who they are. They're our kids, and I just want to preserve it. I don't know how to say it, but I just want to preserve them and hold them close for as long as I can. And not to say that kids who are out there in the limelight are not preserved. And I feel like parenting is just, it's a science that only exists between that parent and that kid.
Absolutely.
And you should never adjust the formula.
Thank you, guys.